Hey guys, so I had a viewer request that I do a video on how I tie my leather lanyards for my knives. Okay, and this is basically just a noose knot, and it's adjustable. It's pretty easy to do. So all I do is go to Tractor Supply or a boot store or something and get yourself a leather lace. Now, there's a finished side, okay, and then there's like a rough suede-like side. So I try to keep the finished side on the outside because I think it looks nicer. If you don't care about that, don't worry about it. But if you get it twisted up, it's really not going to form right. So you want to keep it as flat as possible so you get that smooth lanyard side right there. So basically what I do is, and it's pretty easy, it's just a little tedious to mess with, but I'll take my cordage and I'll take the rough side and put it basically with the bottom of the knife, okay, and pull that through. And now you don't want it too long. I'm just going to go ahead and pull all this back this way. And I usually start with about 6 inches, something like that. And you know, while it's through the hole, you know, you've got your finished side on the outside both ways here, okay? So now you'll lay that down and you got your tag end there. Now you'll double this back, your long tag end, double it back over. And you want this loop to be a little bit shorter than this tag end, or maybe a good bit shorter, like that. Okay, now you can make this, this can be as long or short as you want it. I made a really long one time, didn't really like it. I was just playing around. So you could do half of this or twice this, whatever you want to do. So you'll take this and you've got 3 strands now, okay? Now I've got a space, you know, I usually keep a little space between the back of my knife and my knot. So wherever you think you want that to be, and like I said, it is adjustable, but I just, you know, come along here, maybe pinch right here, and you've got your 3. Okay? Don't laugh at my Band-Aid, it's my kids. So I'll take my finished side and I'll wrap it around. The dogs are fighting. Okay. And I'll just keep it tight, but you don't want to wrap it too tight, because if you do, it'll be hard to adjust because it does grab itself on that suede part on the inside. And I usually go around, how many times I go around on this one? 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8, 9, 10, something like that. But you can do it as many times as you want. And while you're wrapping around, got to keep a good hold on it. Okay. And you're basically trying to form it. Okay, so you can kind of mess with it a little bit, loosen it, tighten it this way, get it seated the way you want it to so it's nice and even like that. Okay. And over time, when you're using this, the oils on your hands will get in the leather, and you know, you'll get rained on and it'll draw up and tighten and different things, just like a leather sheath. It kind of basically forms, or like when you wet form a sheath. Okay. So that's probably good for this one. So I've got 8, basically 8 wraps on this one. Now this bottom one here is going to try to move around on you a little bit, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. And you see I've got this twisted. We'll fix that in a minute. It's just twisted around is all it is. So, all right, now you got that. Now take the side that you've been using to wrap with, the long side, your long tag end, and take it and go the way that you've wrapped, like this, okay? And come around your loop. Just stick it in your loop. And actually, I guess that'll give you another wrap there. But so you'll pull that down in there, and what you want to do is just kind of have it seated down in there, like that. So it's just going through your loop. That's all it's doing. Now, hold here on this end and find your strand on the back side that cinches that loop down. Okay, so you'll pull one of these and this will go down and it'll grab that long tag end. Okay, you can see it. Just kind of drawing down on that. All right, come back over here, make sure you've got it nice and tidy. And you might just have to kind of pull some more of that back out there. And just pull that down tight. But before you go too tight, okay, take your other side that leads to your other tag end and adjust it to where you want it in relation to the pommel of the knife. So just kind of pull that and see it works just like a hangman's noose. Okay, just kind of pull through there. And I like to have just a little on my belt knives, something where I can just kind of grab like this and pinch the back of the knife because they sit deeper down into the sheath. Pocket knives are a little different. Play with it, do what you want. Like I said, it's pretty easy. So I'm gonna pull this one just a little bit shorter. So you're probably working with about, I like about an inch, inch and a half, something like that. Okay, so now that we've got that, we'll grab the other side down here and pull that tight and make sure that that sinks down in there really good. Okay, you see it pulling down in the hole, and that's what's going to lock it all together. Okay, now, and you can still adjust this some, so all right guys, and like I said, you can sit here and play with this and twist it and make sure it's formed nice and neat. And then I just keep tightening it until that is basically disappeared down in the hole for the most part. Okay, and it'll end up, you know, looking like that. It's nice and tight on both ends. Okay. And these will not come off. I use them on every knife I have. I've been using them for years. And I like the way it looks. Now if you wanted to, I just pulled it back out. If you wanted to, you could throw like a bead on here. Or you could tie it on the back. I think it'd be nice to have like a little wooden bead on here or something like that. That's, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this one's kind of, you got to kind of play with them and get them formed. But they'll hold, they'll stay. Now with the ends, when you cut them off, you see how I did like a little angled cut on that? I like to do that. I just think it looks kind of neat. Usually use a pair of scissors, but you know, I just kind of cut them about right here, however much you want hanging off your knife. And I'll kind of go this way with this one, and you can leave one longer or whatever you think looks cool. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So there you have it. All right guys, thanks.